what you learned in school. Never mind what your parents told you, and disregard what your friends say. From now on, the only people you need to listen to are these guys. For the next several minutes, they'll take you on a journey through the political jungle. And when your journey is over and you're safe at home, they promise you'll be stronger, smarter, and just plain better. So buckle up, hang on to your ears, because your journey starts now.
There can be no peace in the world until the military power of Japan is destroyed. If the Japanese insist on continuing resistance beyond the point of reason, their country will suffer the same destruction as Germany.
That was Joe Biden. I didn't realize we were having issues with Japan, but apparently it's serious.
Yeah, it's actually the opposite of that.
It's not Joe Biden?
We're big fans of Japan right now.
No, we're big fans of Vietnam, where we restored all of their military power and might, and they can trade in arms.
No, it would be good. Look, it worked.
Good for us.
It worked last time.
Yeah,
for us, right? No, it was good. It was good.
Every kind of former communist regime that we've backed has worked out well for us.
Yeah, extremely. So I think what we really need is a president that can travel around the world and make friends with these people again.
Like Hillary Clinton, former Secretary of State.
You know what? She did that reset button thing with Russia. That's worked out for us. Russia's good friends with us.
Yeah, I hear that Russia and Chinese planes are intercepting our fighters off our west coast lately.
Is that what you think happened?
No, that's what's apparently been reported is happening. I mean, it's international water, but they're much more active.
Not the two that just crashed. Well, that was
these are military.
Anyway. Yeah, no, two F-18 military.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I heard about the commercial liner.
Yeah, I think it was today, and it's not a laughing matter at all, and I'm serious about that. But I did chuckle when they reported the problem. Two F-18 fighters crashed as a result of an in-flight mishap.
What, the stewardess forgot to serve coffee?
That's what I'm thinking. Anytime a plane doesn't come back to Earth the way it's supposed to,
it's a mishap.
That's an in-flight mishap.
I would think so.
I mean, come on. Yeah, I don't. People reported that they saw.
I think what they're trying to say with that, is it wasn't like shot down, or it wasn't blown up with a terrorist.
I would say being shot would be a mishap.
Not necessarily. That's just battle.
I would call it a mishap. Yeah, I think that's what.
No, I mean that's part of their doing. Yeah,
and I haven't looked into it in the last few hours, but
I didn't hear about that. I heard about the passenger.
People reported seeing 4 parachutes coming down in the area.
The guys were okay?
They were. Well, I don't know. They were, all 4 of them rushed to the hospital. The Coast Guard got them. So I don't know. It's weird that 2 planes crashed.
Did they crash with each other
in the same area?
Or
so I'm guessing,
they were apart from each other.
Well, I don't know. We should have done research. Don't dig into it. I told you.
Up stuff that we
was
just
mentioning it in passing.
I'm going to mention a few things in passing too.
Okay, and
monkeys fly out of my butt, but I don't have any kind of data to back that up. So what I'm saying is,
but do they fly back in?
No, they don't.
And do you feel it?
No, I don't feel it.
I can't remember the rest of that conversation.
Yeah, that was a good conversation. Now, what you're saying is the implication is that they crashed with each other.
No, I am not saying that.
Oh. Because it would be unusual.
My assumption would be, yes. Okay. It would be very unusual for 2 fighter jets
all of a sudden
to crash in the same area.
Right.
Unless there was something like
for no reason.
An electromagnetic pulse in the area.
Were they over the Bermuda Triangle, perchance?
Does the Atlantic Ocean go near the Bermuda Triangle?
Yes. It is very close to the Bermuda Triangle.
Near North Carolina.
That's a little far. That's a little outside the triangle. Because it's Bermuda, after all. It's a little farther south.
It's cold there.
It's Bermuda, Bahamas. Hey, pretty mama. Your boat sink, your airplanes crash. Hey. Come on, huh?
It's not funny.
No, it's not. I'm just glad. I hope the guys are okay.
Yeah, me too.
We only lost $150 million worth of aircraft, but, as long as they're safe. That sounded a little snarky, didn't it? Anyways, what is today? It's May 26th.
Yeah, what? 150 million.
Yeah. See, I said that already. We're in the Freedom Studios, of course, on the 15th floor of the Patriot Towers. We're in Liberty City. Where at, Nate? Nate has no idea where we're
Mexico.
at. We are in Mexico, Steve. Oh. Well, we lost all the Southwest audience. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, I think. We got this day in history, of course. We got presidential trivia.
Good news,
Okay.
if you believe CBS News.
Yes.
It was officially an in-air mishap that these two things crashed. Two of them were picked up by the commercial fishing vessel Jamie.
Okay.
The other two were hoisted out of the water by a Coast Guard helicopter.
Good.
4 aviators suffered minor injuries but are in very high spirits.
Good.
So I'm thinking vodka,
They're going to be kicked out of the military?
gin,
But
those kinds of high spirits.
up to their neck in high spirits.
Yeah.
Well, if they're Navy, they're drinking rum.
They were alert and talking when picked up. So
we'll find out more about that.
we will.
The passenger plane that went down, they have a debris trail. They're looking for the black box.
By the way, $57 million per plane.
Oh,
At least, it says.
114.
It says at least
114
$57
million.
So it depends on if they went with the leather seat option or
So
not.
I wasn't real far off. But
No, you weren't.
You forgot the $30,000 that it cost to educate the
30
pilots.
million. No, but you don't lose that. And apparently,
Well,
never mind.
You could.
No, it says at least $57 million. Like I said, it depends on if they went for the leather seat option or not.
I got it. And the heated seats and the electric windows and everything else.
Also, we hadn't fully funded their training because they were performing training.
And it would have helped if they would have had their the what is it, the OnStar navigational device.
This does mention Bermuda in here.
Ooh. Bermuda, Bahamas.
Okay.
Hey,
Let's move on.
mama.
That was
Okay.
not part of the show or any of the prep or anything. It was just
That was all
something
ad
that I
lib,
tried to mention in passing.
and it got out of hand, didn't it?
Speaking though of flying,
Oh,
we didn't have a show last week because I had to go to Florida on business, right? And I just want to thank.
wait a minute! I heard a lot about the TSA and what a good job they're doing,
Yes,
and how quickly
I
they're
want
moving
to
people along.
Yeah, I saw no evidence of lines being longer than what
No.
I'm used to.
Okay.
The local airport that I use, there was 0 people in line, which is always the case at 6 a.m.
Which is odd because you think everybody would want to get out of that town.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. No, if the people really want to leave, they go to Detroit and get in that airport where there are lines. But not too bad. The lines leaving Florida at in MCO, Orlando International. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just cooling off. Just cooling off, getting in the
Okay.
fan there.
Yeah, those lines were a little long.
It's hot in Mexico.
Took a little while, but they were frisking a lot of people. So, what I want to say is,
Did you like that?
thanks to the extremely competent ticket agent that couldn't log in, and so I was late checking my bag, and so then I couldn't check my bag, so I had to try to carry my bag on. That was too large to carry on, but I had to do it and fight with the gate agents.
Mm-hmm.
I got to take my carry-on luggage, where I pack things that you can't carry on the plane.
Right.
To
Like
I
liquids.
had to take it through
and
the TSA.
Yeah.
And
Shampoos
I didn't remember packing this.
deodorants.
I-
They all say that when they find heroin.
Well, it wasn't heroin.
Oh, okay.
They didn't find that.
No.
The potential bomb
Oh, what was
that
it?
they confiscated from me.
What'd they take?
It was
Several ounces.
And this I didn't actually mean to pack. It was a regular sized tube of toothpaste.
Oh, yeah.
Dora the Explorer
Oh, that's cute.
toothpaste.
Yeah.
And he was like, "So you don't need it?" I'm like, "If it's a bomb, I don't want it in my suitcase."
Oh, you didn't say
And
bomb.
so he said, "Okay." Tossed it in the trash can right next to us, right where it was safe. And then, of course, they left it there. I don't know if it's exploded yet or
It
not. but-
Killed 15
Yeah.
TSA agents, no loss. And
And then when my bag goes through the little thing,
Yeah.
First they have to swab my laptop to see if there's any explosive
Sure,
residue on
sure.
it. There was.
Yeah.
And then they decided to open my suitcase, and I'm thinking, oh, that's right, I had a knife in there.
Oh.
They're going to throw that away too.
no.
Turns out They just looked in my box. I had a box of business cards.
Uh-huh.
They opened it up, and they were like, "Oh, business cards." Closed it, zipped it up, said, "Have a nice day." I said, "Oh."
And they let you go through with a knife.
I did not have a knife, Brian.
Okay. Good to know. Wow.
Horrible experience.
True tales from the TSA.
And not only all of that, I was running late. The flight was boarding. And they're still like, well, I'm going to search everything you have. And
every nook and cranny. Except for the big freaking knife you had.
Yeah, it was a machete. It was sitting there.
And the AR-15.
And an Uzi.
Yeah.
And the actual bombs that were in there.
We can't talk about that.
But they took my toothpaste. I had to go buy toothpaste.
Jesus. I mean, come on.
No, I hate it.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I've told you this before, and I think I've said it on the show, but every time, and I travel a fair bit, right? More than the average person. Every time I get to a security checkpoint, I get so furious. Like, it just makes me angry.
Yeah.
When you're standing there in line and you see hundreds of Americans in front of you taking their damn shoes off.
Right. Getting felt up.
Yeah, and you look over to your right, and
children, babies.
There's an elderly man or a child being frisked and touched everywhere, and you see the agent saying, "Okay, don't be alarmed. I'm going to touch your balls, but I'm going to do it with the back of my hand.
I won't enjoy this much."
I mean, that's what they do. They stop and they say, "I'm going to touch your private area, but with the back of my hand," and then they pat you on there.
There's less sensitivity there, so apparently they don't get a thrill from that. Say that's why they.
Is that what it is?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're sensitive on the front of your hand, and that's where you get all the satisfaction.
But I mean, think about it, and think about how many terrorists they've caught. Very close to zero, right? Very close to zero.
Right.
Maybe if we had background checks,
it's hard to prove a negative, though. You can't say that they haven't stopped terrorists.
That is true. You can't.
All we know for sure is that they let 98% of all of the contraband get through in all their tests.
But they stopped the toothpaste.
But they got your toothpaste and your business cards were safe, but the knife went on board.
There was no knife.
Wow.
There was no knife. There's no knife. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. That was a joke.
Oh, okay. I wonder if they would have seen your knife.
I'm getting angry now thinking about it.
Yeah.
I have because usually when I'm going somewhere, I want to go there or I want to be able to make it home. So I don't make a scene, right? Like I
follow
I comply
orders.
like a good sheep.
Yep.
Right. I do. I mean, I could be more like that crazy Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Right, and yell that I'm not taking my belt off and make a scene.
Yeah.
But I don't do that.
Yeah.
Because
you have to work for a living,
right?
And
he doesn't,
and
right?
You're not employed by yourself,
right? Not full time. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
Some airports you don't have to take your belt
off.
off.
They all have day jobs,
like the local airport that I was talking about.
Yeah,
they don't make you take your belt off.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Other ones do.
I did listen to NPR radio, as you know I do, and Diane Reams had the TSA experts on there talking about privatizing, and they're warning, well, don't, be careful what you wish for, because private screeners can be, worse than the government. And besides, if they have private screeners, they're still going to have the TSA is going to be overseeing them and training them and doing all that.
That's true.
But the two big airports that have private screeners,
one of them is in a surprising state.
Right, California.
Yeah.
And one's, I think, in Texas or Colorado. I don't know if it's Dallas or something. It's the big airports. They are enjoying the fact that they can hire and fire and discipline and do all kinds of stuff.
And there's the advantage, right? Accountability and liability, right? You have a private company that can be held liable, and you have employees that can actually be held accountable, not like we know how every public employee, pretty much secure in their job, they can do anything they want, including just sit there and not work ever.
There's a few cases like that. But,
no, but what I'm saying, right,
not
is
entirely.
In general, a private company, I was joking about public employees.
Right. There's a profit to be made. There's accountability.
Yeah, if someone's not doing their job,
they let them go. There's not necessarily an infringement upon who they can hire and fire and train and all that. The other thing is, I didn't realize, is someone was complaining in this call-in show